Aries Rising 2021 has a definite focus on your financial and tangible choices, having an impact on your larger long-term growth, really foundational choices this year. If you're excited to see what the astrology, tarot, and oracle deck cards have to say about you for 2021, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is brought to you by my very own Astrology Academy course. This course is a comprehensive deep dive into the foundations of Western astrology. This includes history, philosophy, technical concepts, counseling considerations, and a step-by-step guide to reading a chart. If this new year feels like a year to dive into the study of the structure of reality through the stars and the planets and everything astrology, now is a good time to get on that, and you can catch both that and my Manifestation Mysteries of the Moon course and my free webinars to start your learning journey all down below. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine traditional Hellenistic astrological techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded spiritual guidance with my astrology. So, some of the major planetary alignments start out with the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in your Aquarius 11th house. I have a full video on the Great Conjunction down below, but this is a new beginning of a new standard of seriousness and dedication to your 11th house of socializing and networking. And this is going to be started out with a bit of trouble from a square from Mars and Taurus in your second house. So throughout this entire beginning of the year, especially around January 11th, there will be some turmoil between socializing and networking and what you want to get done with that, like larger term world, and your finances and where you want to allocate your money. Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius will also be squaring Uranus in Taurus between your 11th and second houses. So upheavals between finances and where you see yourself connecting to others is a major theme. And specifically, this will be active on February 17th, June 14th, and December 24th. So those exact days are the most intense point of this energy, but expect that a year-long theme, especially early on and middle of the year. Some of the other major planetary transits going on for you in 2021 include Mercury retrogrades in your Aquarius 11th house, January 30th to February 19th. So the first Mercury retrograde, expect some communication issues with networking and friends and social world. There's a big emphasis on networking and like building a brand, even if that's something you're doing. Expanding your reach is a good way to put it. Beginning of the year, excuse me. This is a new format here. Second Mercury retrograde of this year is May 29th to June 22nd in your Gemini 3rd house of siblings, communication, and routine on a day-to-day basis. So that's the next time that there might be some communication issues. September 27th to October 18th, there's a Mercury retrograde in your Libra 7th house of relationships and partnerships. So all three Mercury retrogrades are in air signs in those areas of life for you this year. Now there is a Venus retrograde at the very end of the year. So I'm not going in chronological order here. I'm talking about what are the major themes and kind of going in and out if you couldn't already tell. But there is a Venus retrograde December 19th, so very end of the year, into January 29th of 2021 in your Capricorn 10th house. So think back to some of the lessons and challenges that you've been dealing with in your career over the past few years. Those will be kind of glossed over or touched back on during this Venus retrograde at the end of 2020. So not quite out of the water yet, even though you're not going to be super activated. Jupiter is, like I said, going to be in Aquarius for all of 2021, except for some periods in the middle. So Jupiter will be retrograde June 20th to October 18th in your Aquarius 11th house, but it will dip into Pisces May 13th to July 28th. So dipping into Pisces, it will be in its own sign in your 12th house of self-undoing, self-destructive habits, and spiritual isolated states. So May 13th to July 28th is a really good time for self-work and self-improvement. It will feel very aligned to do so during that time. On the 28th, so very end of the year, Jupiter will enter Pisces, but for most of this year, Jupiter, the planet of growth, optimism, and abundance, will be in your 11th house of groups, friends, and networking. Saturn is also in in Aquarius during this whole time. So Saturn, the planet of limitations and boundaries, is in your 11th house. Big emphasis there on how you're projecting yourself in a social world. Uranus is still in Taurus in your 2nd house, so you are still already aware of the up and down, erratic nature of your finances at this point. Not for good or for worse, but for, the sake of what it's worth, there is still some electric energy in your financial world going on. And now let's look at the eclipses for this year. So eclipses are the focal points of collective change that is impacting your life. So the collective events, this is the areas of life where those are most impactful. They're in Gemini and Sag, the nodes are, and so we start out on June 10th with a solar eclipse in your Gemini 3rd house. A new beginning around siblings, communication, and short-term travel or routine commuting that takes place and begins in June and plays out over the rest of the year. So your routine, your commute, your output may be changing. On November 19th, we have a partial lunar eclipse in Taurus, so it's out of sign. The nodes are in Gemini and Sag, and this eclipse is falling in Taurus because it's close enough to the node there in Sag. Lunar eclipses are endings. They are, the cycle's completing over the next 6 months, and for you, that is in your 2nd house of finances, so it seems like perhaps a financial chapter is ending for you, if that's applicable to your life, like paying off loans, maybe investments, owning real estate especially. And then we end on December 4th with a total solar eclipse in your Sagittarius 9th house. So expect a definite new beginning or the beginnings of a new beginning because eclipses play out over the long term at the end of the year with this eclipse in your 9th house of foreign travel, higher education, and long-term philosophy. This year, like most years, 2020 was the anomaly, is spread out over multiple areas of life. So as you can see, there's an emphasis on networking, on finances, and on long-term career growth that you've already really implemented. But financial decisions impacting your long-term networking is really the major key here. So if you already have thoughts around the astrology coming up for you in 2021, let me know down below how this sounds for you. Now let's move into the tarot and oracle deck cards. So let's pull a tarot card for you for all of 2021. Let's see what comes up. We have Strength reversed. Strength reversed is telling you not to hold back. It's saying don't try to use your strength to hold back. Let it all go. So this is a card of like letting your true self really bear all and come out and not play it small. Not that Aries does. But let's pull a Law of Attraction card for a bit more context here. I see myself enjoying perfect well-being. I see myself in perfect health with absolute prosperity and invigorated with life. I am appreciating this physical life that I wanted as I decided to be a physical being. It is glorious to be here marking decisions with my physical brain, but accessing the power of the universe through the power of the Law of Attraction. Visualizing abundance, seeing where you're going, and playing big. That is my motto for Aries Rising. If you enjoyed this and you would like to check out my courses and my offerings down below, everything is listed in the description for you to get started on as we enter 2021. So check out the Astrology Academy, the Manifestation Mysteries of the Moon, any other goodies I have going on there. Otherwise, make sure to like, subscribe, do all of the things, and let me know down below what you are claiming in 2021 for you. What are you seeking out based on these transits and what you feel like going after? Let me know. Otherwise, sending all the love, and I will see you in the next one.
But there is one thing